Hey, ladies, welcome to the Mom2Mentor podcast. If this is your first time joining, welcome. If you are a repeat listener, thank you for your loyalty. Hey, I am just ecstatic to bring a new episode to you all today. And I also want to give a huge shout out to say thank you to everyone that has listened to either all of my episodes or a portion of them. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh, just hitting the 21,000 mark this week, and now I'm a little over that. Thank you. That's all due to you. And it's been 4 years since going on this journey, and I looked up that 90% of podcasts don't last after 1 year because they run out of content and new ideas and just things that come with the grind, if you will, of doing a podcast. And yes, it's been 4 years, and yes, I'm coming up with different content, and yes, some of you keep coming back. So thank you. Thank you, because there's so many podcasts out there that you could be listening to, and you just happen to stop by to listen to Mom2Mentor. So thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. All right, so let me get down to what I'm talking about today. And I found something very unique to share with you, and hopefully you'll find value in this episode, or at least getting you to think about things a little differently. So what I want to talk about is the hug. That's right, the hug, H-U-G. And did you know there's a difference between a hug and an embrace? Yeah, I just found that out. I will say that someone very dear to my heart often gives me an embrace. And I used to call it a hug, and I actually used to thank him for my hug, when it's actually an embrace, and they mean something different. And so while I'm going down a little bit on a different path today, I'm still going to link this back into how you can support your child and really understanding what a hug is versus an embrace and what the benefits are. Yeah, there's benefits to this. So as we talk about a hug and what it is, a hug is generally short and brief, 3 to 5 seconds in length. And generally, it's commonly used for greeting and comfort and friendship. So basically, hug is spelled with 3 letters. And so you can equate that is to brief and to the point. Where embraces, it's tighter and longer and more intimate hold. And yeah, that has a total of 7 characters in it. So when you think about embrace, it's going to be longer, right? And hug, 3 letters, it's going to be brief and to the point. So that's how you separate them from that perspective, as far as one is going to deliver something the other one won't. And again, this person that's dear to my heart, he gives me an embrace. And I often wondered why I felt the residuals or the linger of it. And it's because it is longer and it's tighter, and it leaves something with you. Whereas if it was just a hug, it's a simple, woo, here you go, gotta go. Brief and to the point. And again, there are benefits to hugging and embracing. And you should hug your child as a form of motivation. Let me rephrase that. You should hug your child and let them know that you appreciate them, you value them, and you motivate them. But if you turn that into an embrace, That lets them know you truly love them without having to say you love them. That's what an embrace does. Yeah, that hold, that extensive hold, that tight hold, it also represents safety. That you can come to me. I'm going to be your protector. That's just something I learned from the embrace I received, or the embraces, that it's more than just an embrace, it's silent communication. Yeah, think about that. Sometimes, as parents, some parents can be vocal and express themselves to their child to let them know how they really feel. And some parents kind of struggle with that. And it doesn't mean they don't love them, they just don't know how to verbally express the love. With an embrace, you're expressing that non-verbally. Yeah. And I bet you didn't know that. So the next time you hug your child, think about that long embrace, especially if they're going through something. That's when an embrace is the most critical, right? Because if you're going through something, you need something or someone to hold on to, or them to hold on to you, and let them know that it's going to be okay. Yeah, that's what an embrace does versus a hug. A hug is good to see you. Have a great day. But an embrace says, I got you. It's gonna be okay. So the next time, mom or dad, when it comes to your child and hugging and embracing, keep that in mind. And especially for those of us, yeah, us, that are nonverbal with communicating our feelings effectively, yeah, step up and do the embrace. Hold your child, motivate them without saying it. And that's what an embrace does. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, parenting isn't just about caring for our kids. It's about shaping who they become. This is the space where we talk honestly about raising children with purpose and leading by example. Remember, we are more than nurturers. We are more than providers. We are mentors. We are our children's or our child's first educator, teacher, the one that's going to plant the seeds of life into them and what life really is and what they have to endure, so that we don't have to come back and often correct bad behavior, because we're getting in front of it, because we're educating them. This is the proper way to do this. You're going to experience disappointment. You're going to be happy. You're going to have to be respectful. We, parents, have to teach our children these basic values and stop coming behind and correcting. Because if we get in front of it and teach them up front, guess what? It's going to be less correcting we have to do. So if you're not teaching your child, mom or dad, start today, please. And I know generally big, but in this situation, please, because it's going to save you some heartache in the future. And I know this because of raising my two children and the challenges I went through. I was constantly in correcting mode, constantly. But had I known or given the tools and the resources of what it took to educate them about different things in life, I think it would have went smoother. And I'm not saying my kids are bad or anything like that. Everybody has flaws. I wasn't the perfect mother. They're not the perfect kids, but we got through it. And so at the end of the day, we just want a positive outcome to when it's time for them to experience life because it can be overwhelming. And you know that, Mom. You know how I know? Because I'm a mom, I'm a single mom, and I know how life can be overwhelming. And there are days, and there have been days, I'm like, wow, how am I going to get through this? Yeah. But the good news is, that's why we have the Mom to Mentor podcast to help support you in this effort in teaching your children. So if you have not already gone back through the episodes, or if you're new to this podcast or listening to this podcast, if you have not already gone back and listen to prior episodes, there's some good stuff out there. And I try not to keep these episodes more than 15 minutes. Generally, it's around 20 minutes at the max. So if you could carve out some time in your day, go back and say, let me see. Let me think about what I can teach my child that I haven't taught them already. And remember, they're visual. So much of your teaching, you're going to have to demonstrate that, moms. You're going to have to you're going to have to let them see that behavior. All right, I am done. Thank you so much for your time and attention today. Now, next week, I am going to share with you some of the character traits of a good parent. So you'll need to come back for that. In addition to sharing those traits, I may add some additional ones. Yeah, I have a tendency to be creative like that. Creative and innovative, I say. All right, you all have a wonderful day, a fantastic week, and a marvelous month. Take care.